It's a rock and roll landmark. Cbgb secured its place in punk history in the 1970s when the Ramones first played. Debbie Harry got her start here. And before the Talking Heads became famous, they also graced this stage.
The name of this band is Talking Heads, and the name of this song is Psycho Killer.
It's on the east side of New York City's Greenwich Village, where Bleecker Street meets the Bowery. Thanks to those famous musicians, Cbgb is a stop for many on the Manhattan Tourist Trail.
We just thought we'd come by and pay homage to that a little bit, take some pictures, look at the gift shop.
The Ramones and television, it gave bands a chance to play when they had nowhere to play.
Cbgb's stage may have been welcoming, but the streets around it were anything but. Stephen Van Zandt, musician and actor, has been one of the loudest voices in the campaign to save Cbgb from eviction. He remembers what the neighborhood was like in the club's early days.
It was a scary place to come. There was nothing in this area. I mean, nothing. It was just one big ghetto, and it really was Skid Row, whatever.
A lot has changed since Cbgb opened its doors here back in 1973. The East Village has transformed from a seedy drug haven into a hip and expensive neighborhood.
Boutiques, gyms, and cyber cafes are now common sights on these streets, which used to be home to New York City's down and out. In this high-rise building just a few blocks away, apartment prices start at about $2 million, right across the street from a Starbucks. But despite the development of the streets around it, the club has managed to hold on to its signature grit and graffiti. And for a place that got its name from being anti-establishment, that look is a reminder of its storied past.
The historical importance of it is obvious. I mean, how many clubs are left that you can go in and play where somebody got famous,
Hilly Crystal, the club's owner, remembers what the Ramones were like before they made it big.
The Ramones, the first gig they had were not good. I mean, they had so many problems with their sound equipment that they couldn't be good. Even if they were, nobody could tell. And they were arguing and yelling at each other on stage.
The interior of the club has changed very little over the past 3 decades, and that's part of the reason that the fans keep coming back.
The same nostalgia that draws fans here also works on the bands. The heavy metal group Living Colour got their start at Cbgb in the mid-1980s and even signed their recording contract in the dressing room. They came back to play a benefit show to help save Cbgb's downtown spot because of their fond memories of the club.
The same dressing room, same uneven floors, It's great. It's just like going back to my mom's house. I see that beaded curtain or whatever it is,
Coming home to Cbgb has to include a visit to the bathrooms. They're almost as legendary as the club itself. The walls carry a lot of history and graffiti and grime. When your most famous bands played at your club more than 30 years ago, there's no need to renovate. People who come here seem to want to see the club more than they want to hear the bands.
Just as in the 70s, most of them are probably mediocre. And every now and then you get a wonderful band, That's what happens. Some are not good at all.
whether they make it big or not. Bands that play here tend to be loyal to their roots.
It's a place where a lot of musicians have played, and it's a very important club to a lot of people because a lot of groups start out there or go back there when they get more famous.
Absolute madness. Look at the place. I don't think anything's changed an inch in 30 years or whatever, but I think the crowds that come here are really energetic. They respect and love music.
It's a dive. It's a rock and roll dive. And we love it.